Humans are toolmakers. Technology is not a new invention. It started a very long time ago. In the mists of prehistory, it fundamentally changed how our ancestors lived their daily lives. Technology was crucial for their survival. It helped them to find food and shelter. This journey of technological development is truly amazing. Think about your own day right now. In 2025, you use technology constantly, from morning until night. Your smartphone is a piece of very advanced technology. The clothes you are wearing are products of technology. Even the food you eat arrives on your plate thanks to complex technological systems. We often take these things for granted, but technology is absolutely everywhere in our modern world. It is like the air we breathe, unseen but essential. Long, long ago, early humans were not very strong creatures. They were not the fastest nor the largest. Big animals like mammoths and saber-toothed cats were very dangerous. The natural world was a wild and often hostile place. But humans possessed something special, clever minds. They began to use tools to help them. These were simple tools at first. They used sharp stones for cutting. They used pointed sticks for digging or as weapons. These basic tools helped them to hunt small animals. They helped them to protect themselves from larger predators. Then came the discovery and control of fire. Fire provided warmth on cold nights. Fire provided light in dark caves. It helped to scare away dangerous nocturnal predators. Crucially, fire allowed humans to cook their food. Cooked food was much easier to chew and digest. It provided more energy to their bodies. Many scientists believe this extra energy helped our brains to grow larger and more complex. For a very, very long time, humans lived as nomads. They moved from place to place constantly. They hunted wild animals for meat. They gathered edible plants, fruits, and nuts. This way of life was very hard and demanding. Life was often uncertain, dependent on the luck of the hunt or the season. As farming communities grew, people started living in much larger groups. Small villages slowly transformed into the first true cities. This momentous development happened in fertile regions like Mesopotamia, between the Tigris and Euphrates rivers. These new urban societies needed new kinds of technologies to function. One of the most important inventions was writing. Writing allowed them to keep detailed records of harvests and trade. It helped them to communicate complex ideas and laws across distances and time. They also engineered and built extensive canal systems for irrigation. This brought vital water to their farm fields, allowing them to grow even more food. Society became much more organized and hierarchical. The Egyptians built the colossal pyramids at Giza. These structures remain amazing feats of engineering even today. They achieved this with relatively simple machines like levers, rollers, and ramps. They possessed a good understanding of mathematics. They also had knowledge of astronomy, which helped them develop accurate calendars. This knowledge was essential for planning their agricultural cycles. Section 4: A world transformed from mills to mass production. The period known as the Middle Ages in Europe was not simply a dark and stagnant time. There was continued technological progress, albeit sometimes slow. Water mills and windmills became increasingly common across the landscape. These ingenious devices harnessed the power of nature, water and wind. They were used to grind grain into flour. They also helped with other tasks like fulling cloth or powering bellows for forges. New and improved farming tools like the heavy plough appeared during this era. This led to more efficient agriculture and more food production. As a result, populations in many parts of Europe began to grow slowly but steadily. Monasteries often served as important centers of learning and knowledge preservation. Monks painstakingly copied old manuscripts, preserving ancient wisdom, and also made new observations. This period laid important groundwork for the more dramatic changes that were to come later. Then came the Renaissance, which means rebirth in French. This was a vibrant time of renewed interest in art, science, and culture. People in Europe looked back with admiration to the achievements of ancient Greece and Rome. Brilliant thinkers and artists like Leonardo da Vinci emerged. He was an incredibly versatile genius. He was a renowned painter. He was also a visionary inventor and engineer. He designed concepts for flying machines, such as ornithopters and helicopters. He sketched designs for armored vehicles and other war machines. Section 5. The Age of Acceleration, Conquering Distance and Data. The 20th century dawned, and the pace of technological change accelerated even further. Cars, once expensive novelties, became increasingly common. Henry Ford pioneered the use of the assembly line in his factories. This method of mass production made cars much more affordable for many ordinary families. As a result, people could travel more easily and independently than ever before. Cities began to spread outwards, leading to the growth of suburbs. The very shape of urban landscapes changed. Daily life was profoundly transformed by this new personal mobility. Trucks also revolutionized the way goods were transported overland. Extensive networks of roads were built to accommodate this new vehicular traffic. Then humans finally achieved the age-old dream of flight. The Wright brothers, Orville and Wilbur, made the first successful sustained flight in a powered airplane in 1903. At first, airplanes were small, fragile, and could only fly short distances, but aircraft technology improved very quickly, spurred on by military interest and commercial potential. Planes fundamentally changed long-distance travel. They also tragically changed the nature of warfare, adding a new aerial dimension. The world became even more connected. Distant countries and continents were now within reach in a matter of days, then hours. Journeys that had previously taken weeks or even months by ship could now be completed in a fraction of the time. Section 6, the thinking machine, AI and the present day. Now, in the early 21st century, we find ourselves living in the rapidly emerging age of artificial intelligence. This is often shortened to AI. What exactly is AI? In simple terms, it is about creating computers and software that can perform tasks that normally require human intelligence, or at least they can act as if they possess some form of intelligence. Modern AI systems can learn from vast amounts of data. They can identify complex patterns within that data. They can then use this learning to make predictions or decisions. This capability is proving to be very powerful. We use AI in many aspects of our daily lives. Often we use it without even consciously knowing that AI is involved. It is already an integral part of our modern technological landscape. Think for a moment about your smartphone. AI is working behind the scenes to power many of its features. It helps with voice assistants like Apple's Siri or Amazon's Alexa, allowing you to talk to your devices. Section 7. Beyond tomorrow, gazing into the technological horizon. What does the future hold for us? One thing is certain. Technology will continue to evolve. It will most likely change our world in ways that are even more profound than what we've seen so far. Quantum computing is one exciting area of research and development. Quantum computers, if they become practical, could solve certain types of complex problems that are currently far too difficult for even the most powerful supercomputers of today. This could lead to breakthroughs in areas like the discovery of new medicines and therapies. It could help in designing new advanced materials with unique properties. It could unlock new scientific discoveries about the universe. It is a very complex and challenging field, but its potential impact is truly enormous. Space exploration is another area where technology will drive future endeavors. Humans have long dreamed of traveling to other planets, such as Mars. There is serious discussion about establishing permanent human colonies there in the coming decades. New rocket technology, developed by both government agencies and private companies, is making access to space cheaper and more frequent. We might learn much more about the origins of our solar system and the universe. We might even find evidence of microbial life or perhaps even complex life elsewhere beyond Earth. This is a grand and inspiring adventure for the human species. It pushes the limits of our knowledge and our capabilities. It inspires us to dream big and to reach for the stars. Advanced technology will be absolutely key to undertaking these ambitious journeys.